Hello, you guys. My name is Kayla McCoy.
And I'm Coach Q.
And we are
the DreamTeam Podcast.
Made by the students.
For the students.
All right. Today's question is it disrespect or is it smart?
I feel like there's been a lot of speculation going on about Coach Prime's comments about Coach Eddie Robinson and his program booking us for their homecoming. But truthfully, I think it's a smart move because of the finance of it. Financially, they know that we come in, we're going to pack the house, we're going to tailgate, we're going to show out, we're going to spend our money, and we're going to take over the city of Montgomery. So it's a very, very, very smart choice for Coach Eddie Robinson to book us for his homecoming. But, in the words of Coach Prime, all money ain't good money.
Yeah, because this right here is what you may say is a money game.
Right.
And truth be told, I've seen a lot on social media that this isn't their homecoming. This is like our pre-homecoming.
Right.
So I think that's kind of, I think that's quite cool. Now, next, we're going to go ahead and dive into the players of the week.
Right.
Offensively, we have Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders, 40 of 51, 438 yards, 4 touchdowns.
And we have for defense, we have John Huggins.
And John Huggins, number 6, safety, playing in that star position, had 2 tackles, 1 for loss, and 1 interception that was returned for a touchdown.
So then now we're going to go to the play of the game. We have Savion Wilkerson cutting up. This is not new.
Come on,
man. I mean, since last time we filmed,
right,
he was raised, and just looking at his continuous, I wouldn't even say growth. I'd say he's been level and just continuing greatness,
right,
continue to working hard. So go ahead and talk about the play.
Right. Before we get into the play, I was blessed enough to be a part of Savion Wilkerson's recruiting process as he made his transition from Delaware State to Jacksonstate, and I could say as a person, not a football player, I mean, he's a tremendous young man, talented, works hard, very attentive, pays attention in the playbook, studying hard, asking questions, and as you can see on this play, he just showcases his talent, his balance, and his dominance as he goes through the tackles. Gets to the second and third level, doesn't take no for an answer, and that goes into for a touchdown. He's been doing this all year, but this play specifically, at home versus Mississippi Valley, the crowd is jumping, people excited, all the attention's on us as always, and he went out and he played and he did what he did.
That's awesome, and what's even greater is. Before you went into detail of all of his accomplishments, you said that he's a great young man. Like, right, you said he's a great person, and Coach Prime emphasizes all the time that it's about building men.
Right.
And that's what's so important when it comes to even what we're doing. Right. This is, made by the students for the students. This is not just about sports. It's bigger than sports. But this right here, it helps carry that torch on to wherever you're going next in life. So I think that's awesome on that level.
Right. That's what Coach Prime preaches to everybody every day. No matter if you're a player, support staff, coach, administration, our principles is smart, tough, fast, discipline with character. So everybody around us, everybody that's involved with us, such as, the list could go on and on from Shedeur Sanders, to our head athletic trainers and our managers, equipment managers, video team, things of that nature. Everybody has to be smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character. So that just goes along with each and every person that's a part of this great program.
You mentioned fast, and Coach said that fast is not just about speed.
Right.
It's about being able to adjust swiftly.
Right.
In life we have so many different things that come our way, so many adversities. How are you going to react in a timely manner?
Right.
Like, not too late, not too soon, but right when you need to. So
right.
I think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So now we are going to shift over to our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Hair Queen Beauty, where you can get all of your beauty needs, located in Meridian, Mississippi. Make sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram because they will be having one-day shipping throughout the entire state of Mississippi for all beauty products. Thank you once again, Hair Queen Beauty, for sponsoring today's episode. All right, so the next part, and maybe the best part.
Right.
The ops, the opponents for this week.
Come on now.
We have 4-star transfer Demetrius Davis transfer from Auburn.
Right.
Quarterback.
Right.
So you gotta say about that.
A very talented young man, 4-star recruit coming out of high school. Went to Auburn University and decided to transfer to an HBCU to join the culture, try to change the culture, get it back to where it needs to be, that it was. I mean, very athletic guy, could make plays on the run, could escape out the pocket with his legs, great eyesight down the field. So I'm really, really, really excited to see how he's going to play versus the #1 defense in FCS.
All right. So then we have the star cornerback, Natron Culpepper.
Right.
What you think he gonna bring to the game against us?
Hey, real solid corner. Could play man, could play the zone, could blitz, could make tackles. Really an all-around guy. Just love his attitude, his leadership. What I'm hearing from that locker room is at an all-time high. Really expect him to guard our best receiver, whomever they decide that may be, because we are deep. You know what I'm saying? We are deep. So whomever he's guarding, we can see how he's going to do versus the best receiving core in FCS.
So now that we went over the ops,
right?
You know, from the locker room per se, you know, like you said,
right.
What you're hearing from the locker room.
Right.
Now we want to hear from social media. We want to hear from the streets. We want to, you know,
right.
have our ears close to the streets, hear what they saying.
Right.
And they had a lot to say.
Exactly. Of course they did. So, you know, everybody loves to, you know, spectate and try to put their own opinions and what Coach Prime says and how we do things and when we do things. But the simple fact, though, is that, you know, we got our coach back. So I don't know if people remember Alabama State and Jacksonstate. We met 2 times in the Coach Prime era. And we're 1-1. They won the first one. We won the second one. But after that game, that was at their home field. Now we're making our return for their homecoming. We all remember their scoreboard at the end of the game. So I wouldn't say that's our biggest motivation. But everybody on our team, we love and we respect and we care. And we're going to ride and die for our head coach. So, you know, that's how it is. Been at practice all week. Very high tense. Everybody's been high energy, flying around the ball. People have been making plays from special teams to defense to offense. I mean, it's great. And we're going to go into Montgomery, Alabama on Saturday afternoon, you know, to display and protect the honor of not just Jackson State, but Coach Prime, and just to show him and thank him on the field, physically, verbally, that we got his back, and we appreciate everything that he has done for Jackson, Mississippi.
I noticed how you said that that's not the only reason why we all have that hunger, you know, to come out there and really dominate.
Right.
By them having us as their opponents for homecoming.
Right.
Do you think that adds another chip on the team's shoulder coming in, and it's like, oh, so homecoming?
Right.
And okay, so
right.
What are y'all trying to do?
Most definitely, you know, everybody knows that homecoming games are traditionally, you pay a smaller team or maybe a D2 team to come in and we put up 60, 70 points and we go celebrate. But, you know, Alabama State had a different, you know, maybe had a different view of how they want their homecoming to be. So, I mean, booking a powerhouse such as us, Jackson State University, you know, it's a chess move, I feel like. Mm-hmm. It's a chess move, you know, so you know the fans are going to come and support. Mm-hmm. The alumni, you know, and the other team fans are going to come and support to attend and be a part of their homecoming festivities. So I just think it's a great move all around by Alabama State and their admissions and their athletic director and their head coach, you know, to book, I mean, the best of the best. You know.
So do you think it was more so when they booked this, because they do it ahead of time?
Right.
Do you think they didn't know that we were going to be coming the way we are now? Do you think if they knew how great we are now, do you think they would have booked us for a time as this?
I truthfully feel like since it's been the best HBCU recruiting class in forever for the SWAC period, not just one team, but the whole SWAC in general. Mm-hmm. I do feel like people, they weren't ready. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like they were competing against last year's Jackson State, well, you know, in the words of Coach Prime, hey, it's new and approved, baby. So that's how we gonna come. And like I said, we hit everybody by storm. 4-0 at this point in time, just dominating, and that's what we preach, and that's what we live by. You know, dominating, not just on the field, but off the field, in the classroom, in the community, things like that, in your homes, respecting your parents, respecting your teachers, you know, and praising God, you know, the Most High. That's the first and foremost. Also, you know, that's just the whole motive. That's the whole agenda, and that's how we move. So, you know, Coach Prime says all the time, hey, when September comes, you can't go get nobody else. So y'all got who y'all got, and make it work.
Right. Thank you guys for watching the Dream Team Podcast. You can sleep,
but not on us. Hey, it look wet, but it's dry.